Who falls asleep faster after sex, men or women? An amazing discovery of evolutionists, destroying the usual stereotype. Scientific discoveries range from the obvious to the illogical, even the absurd at first glance. The results of a study by evolutionary psychologists at the State University of New York at Albany, published in the journal Evolutionary Behavioral Sciences, showed the world evidence that, contrary to popular belief, women fall asleep more often and faster after sex than men. And all because sleep after intercourse increases the chances of conception. The knowledge that sex is a natural sleeping pill and sexual intercourse in the finale inclines to rest has long been available to mankind, but until recently, scientists have not paid due attention to this effect. And finally, the finding confirmed by analytical data, we found that women are more likely than men to fall asleep after intercourse, while postcoital sleepiness is increased by orgasm in both sexes, the study authors say. The discovery of scientists, as it turned out, is based on evolutionary logic. The theory says that the ability to move on two limbs was acquired by people as a means of optimal interaction with the environment. As a bonus to the benefits of the upright position, some side effects have emerged, one of which is that the female reproductive system is in constant opposition to gravity, which does not help retain sperm after intercourse, and, as a result, minimizes the chances of conception. The missionary position has become a universal way to overcome the problem of fertilization in different cultures, and recent research has pointed to the mechanism by which nature encourages humanity to reproduce. It sounds fantastic, but scientists believe that evolution has endowed seminal fluid with sedative properties. It is the hypnotic effect hidden in the ejaculate that encourages women to stay in the supine position and eventually fall asleep in order to keep more sperm in the reproductive tract, increasing the chances of fertilization. The study authors recruited 316 respondents of both sexes, excluding those who admitted that they prefer to make love during the daytime, since the aim of the project was to study the tendency to fall asleep in a standard biological rhythm. Participants were asked to fill out an impressive 3-section questionnaire with questions about contraceptive use, relationship status, sex preferences, and masturbation. 3 questions were decisive: who falls asleep earlier after intercourse, you or your partner; how often do you fall asleep after having an orgasm during after intercourse, how often do you fall asleep after sex without having an orgasm. It turned out, and quite predictably, that both men and women fall asleep faster after experiencing an orgasm. However, with or without an orgasm, women were more likely to report cravings to doze off after sex than men. The hypothesis of scientists was confirmed by the fact that there were no gender differences in the sedative properties of masturbation. After self-satisfaction, the desire to sleep was manifested in the same indicators for both sexes. But in response to questions about sexual contact with subsequent ejaculation, women reported a greater likelihood of falling asleep. According to the researchers, this seriously strengthens the argument that seminal fluid has sedative properties. In addition, the study reaffirmed the natural injustice in the distribution of sexual pleasure. To the question, how often do you have an orgasm during intercourse? 50% of men and only 4% of women answered always. 49% of the survey participants reported experiencing an orgasm in less than half of the contacts, which ended up being the most common reaction among the respondents. As for masturbation, nothing new was found either, men do it more often than women. 9% of survey participants indicated that a week without masturbation is nothing, a matter of life, while 4% confirmed that they masturbate more than 10 times a week. As for women, 45% noted that a week without self-satisfaction is common, 44% masturbate 1 to 2 times a week, 10% 3 to 5 times, and less than 1% 6 to 9 times.